Hello, aloha, namaste, tashitile, and any other beautiful greeting that we use as humans. I am inspired to make this quick little video because I feel like we are being bombarded with a lot of energy with what we're referring to as the virus going around. Energy that is difficult for our bodies to manage in the ways of something invisible that we can't see and something outside of us telling us the best way to protect ourselves. So, when it comes to protecting ourselves, I like to think about we need to consider the source of which the advice is coming from. My instincts and common sense look out in this world that is so easily grasped onto COVID as this real entity that is real and it's dangerous and has globally accepted it, and globally kind of accepted that we mask ourselves, and globally kind of accepted that we inject ourselves with a needle free willingly as the protection. Warning signs in my mother intelligent kind human mind are warning bells are going off left, right, and 100% in every direction around this whole story. I understand that people are getting sick and dying. I also know that every death pretty much is just coded as COVID now. So, you need to consider the source on who benefits if you follow the rules and who benefits if you believe the story. Who's benefiting? And then look at what the rules are. Is it turning you into policing each other? Is it putting separation between you and Mother Nature? Is it separating you from your free will on how best to protect your own body from whatever you feel is a threat in that time? The entire system, which is handing us COVID, we need to consider the source. And that source is coming from a military consciousness, military global strategy, tactics to control and whatever, use for whatever purposes each conquering entity comes in and does with the earth as, armies move around and empires change and superpowers shift and, What I would like us to do in these stressful times is focus on our inner water. Less focus on virus and bacteria. Focus on your water. Focus on generating water that has alchemical divine love and healing and feelings in your water. Focus on every time your heart beats, you're getting a transmission of divine light. Focus on the merger of water and light as you are going out into the world. You're water, you're mostly water. And when we know in science a certain vibration will change the quality of the water within, and then you can look at it through a microscope and watch these beautiful mandala-like snowflake prisms with water that is prayed over or water that is purified and cared for versus water that is treated and vibrated in very, very damaging, stressful, dirty, and toxic ways. We, as little carriers, vessels of little water bodies, mostly water, mostly spirit, and you're going to let us get taken down by a germ. You're going to give all of your freedoms away because you're afraid of a germ, and then you're not going to look obvious at what the protections are to keep you safe from a germ. That you got to do all of these things that go against Mother Nature's instincts. So I'm just here to share a little bit of Mother Nature's instincts through me as one who is in tune with Mother and Nature. and water, and understanding that we are more than just germs and viruses. We are living water. We are living light. And when water and light mix, vapor, energy that is conscious, like a white cloud, and around us that can create. So every single time you are putting the mask on, and I'm doing it because I'm blending in, and I can hear my father going, if everybody's jumping off a bridge, are you gonna jump? And I'm like, it's really a weird time, Dad. And you know, I half put on the mask, half don't. I feel like by putting on the mask, I'm bowing to the devil, literally, and I'm kissing the boot of Xi Jinping, and I'm saying, yes, military, I'll do what you say because you're the boss. Armed forces is the boss. I'm like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel healthy. So I came home to make a video about it because people, please understand, in America in 2003, you are the same people now that are masking, or the same people then that allowed the liberties to get stripped away because you felt like you could be sold a story that terror is out there. In order to protect you and be safe, we need to go make war and literally take violence to the Middle East, literally drop bombs. Your consciousness picked that up. That is a sign of a virus. That is a sickness in and of itself. So the same people that are telling me, mask, if you care about somebody, you better put on a mask. That's the same people that voted for Barack Obama and the same people that let George Bush make war. So our collective consciousness is sick, mentally sick, spiritually sick. And consider the source. If something is sick, don't turn to the sickness to be the cure. You got to take the cure to the sickness, or inspire the cure from within the sickness. But don't have the military and the government and CCP give you the healthcare advice to take away your sovereignty of your human right decision to your body. I want a right to be able to not wear a mask and breathe in and out, not be afraid, and be healthy. That is my path. I have that right to have that path. If somebody next to me feels safer putting on a mask, please by all means put on a mask. If somebody next to that person feels safer getting injected with the sickness, I mean, we will believe all sorts of things because we're a whole bunch of different human beings. But I'll tell you this, when you are more attuned, awake in our heart intelligence, and then that heart intelligence has done its work through your 7 chakras, your power chakra, what you're co-creating, your energy chakra, your free speech chakra, your view, how we see the world, our crown chakras, how much of above can we channel into below, or how much are we just not even aware of the divine or above, and we're just being programmed by propaganda and CNN and the daily grind. So when love, our heart chakra, has gone through our 7 chakras, through practice, through activity like I have done, I'm just sharing that it will shift your perceptions of who to trust, why to trust, when to trust, and what to do in order to promote a thriving, healthy, abundant self-body and planet body. Harmony with the elements is required. Harmony is not taught by the Chinese communist. Harmony is not taught by the American military. We need to collectively understand where COVID has combined and united us. Now compassion is what our healthcare is rooted in, so that when we have a compassionate based network of humans like Amma and the Dalai Lama and a group of beings that come into the White House to share for our health and our care, that will be a shift that we truly are on a healthy future. Right now, we are on a military future because we are being taught to police each other. Pull up your nose, pull it up over, watch over each other. You're turning yourselves into China. You're turning yourselves into the military. So I'm here to try to say, your free will is going to do what it's going to do, but my job is to try to point you in another direction and say, please don't go that path. Please see another way. Please. Don't be afraid. Focus on the water. Focus on your vibration. Focus on crying tears of remorse and vows never to repeat activities such as war, such as bearing arms. See that there can be healing camps for all the armed forces. Hotels could be turned into healing camps, and they could come in free willingly and have a lot of beautiful activities to get involved and do. COVID gets cleared when we get straight in our vibration around control. See, COVID is, they're saying, your fear of death and a virus gives us permission to control you. So your immunity comes from your wanting freedom and standing up for your freedom. And as a voice for our Statue of Liberty, I'm going to stand up for our freedom to choose. Our freedom to choose if we feel safe to wear a mask, wear a mask. If we feel safe to take a vaccine, take a vaccine. If you feel safer praying to Tara, calling to Jesus, vibrating your water, doing Tantra activities, conscious ejaculations, vibrations, meditations, then do that. But we are here to have sovereignty over our bodies. And I don't want any armed force of China or America or any police to be the boss over my body. Consider the source of where all of these security and healthcare guidelines are coming from. And then bring in a true healthy and caring system of group of people to oversoul what is already existing. We already have all of these networks. Just bring in the consciousness to sit on top of the networks and do that from the White House. That's what I would do to help COVID. Or you can keep, doing what you're doing, but watch. I don't think we need to grid ourselves into 500 more years of suffering to make the shift. Okay. We have light inside, we have intelligence inside, we have water and loving elements inside, focusing on our heart fire, our water of love, our winds, our free speech of true, authentic love and care. That's our promise. That's the land of which we're going to co-create. That's healthy. And getting healthy, free, clean water to the elders would be my first task. If I want to protect the elders, I would bring them a lot of feel good and talking and clean, pure water. So I ask, if you care about the elders, get them some clean, pure water. Thanks. Common sense. Okay, so goodbye. Talk later.